Well, I took a different path to that. And I remember you and I having a conversation early on when you had just started with EXP. And, I was, a proponent of the team model and building out a team with leverage systems and processes like I had learned from Lars. And you were like, no, man, I'm going to do this. And, you got to a level of freedom that most real estate agents will never get to in a very short period of time, which is amazing. But I went the opposite way and kind of like the long way around the bend, the way that I learned from Lars. And I really did have a sense of freedom in my business from, building out the processes and systems that not only took me out of production profitably, but eventually took me out of the day-to-day, so much so that I was able to take 14 months off and travel around the country and really just manage my business on one 90-minute meeting per week. Lars, when you started your coaching company, I think I remember hearing you say one time, like you were doing it with the idea in mind to help real estate agents achieve a level of freedom that most of them would never get to on their own. Was that part of your process? And hey, let's help these people get more balance in their lives?
Yeah. I mean, my journey was so painful, that I felt I didn't ever really see myself as like, being leading others in any kind of way, like even we're doing now with Game Changers. But it's painful to build a business, that it's really, really hard. You got to keep so many balls. You got to keep your pedal down on new business development and lead gen and all of that. And then you're bringing people in and you're building systems, and the people you bring in, think real estate's easy. And it's like this just like complicated sort of mess. But the motivation was like, I just wanted to make it easy for others. There is no pot of gold. There is no freedom at the end of the production rainbow. 13 years in, of building a business, I took a tremendous income out of, my real estate business, but, a low seven figure valuation, so there's not these businesses, even when you build into hundreds of transactions, there's not this like exit. You can't exit and live off the residual income from, it ends. And so that's just something that, when you look at all the ways that there are to make money in the most leveraged, as close to passive as possible, there just aren't that many ways, and that really opens up. That's what opened up me to the conversation about what could it look like to, I did the production thing. I've done, the coaching thing for 10 years. What's the next thing that I can still have massive impact, but it allows me to literally delete all the business apps from my phone. I think John caught me texting like once in 30 days about business. But the thing that allowed me to do that, I still have a great core team at Real Estate B School. And I checked my rev share dashboard. So I'm not going to lie. I did check that. That's the only work that I did. But, it's for every business day, I'll probably make about $4,000 every transaction day. Every Monday through Friday that I was gone, I made about $4,000. And that was me. That was me doing nothing, me not showing up for any calls or, really anything. So that's the ultimate in terms of anything I've ever put my hands on or been involved in. So
I think it's nuts. Like, so we all kind of knew each other early on. We were all doing real estate the hard way. We all eventually saw the light through AJ, came over to EXP. Let's fast forward to that now. Like, AJ, what would you say on an average week for you? Because I'm sure people have heard of your success or Lars's success, and they're like, well, how much time do you guys put in? Like, what would you say is like a true average business week for you? And what kind of flexibility do you have at this point?
So it's been a lot of flexibility for a long time now. I've been with EXP for 7 years, and like you, took about a year and went around the country in an RV. And really from mid 2018, when we started that trip, I was consistently working, gosh, I'd have to guess now probably about 10 hours a week. And necessary work at this point, it's probably 5 to 10 hours a week. So most weeks I do more than that. And a lot of my work now is evaluating investments, managing my money, keeping track of it all. Great problem to have. and working on building, YouTube. So I enjoy that, but that's not like really a necessity. So bare bones, if I had to just say, hey, what's the least amount of work I can do to maintain my current income, it would probably be about 5 hours a week. That'd be the necessity. But I'm putting in probably 15 to 20 hours a week right now. I have a plan in place to bump that up to 25. But that's where my comfort level is. That's when you reach financial independence at the lifestyle that you desire. Sure, I have higher aspirational goals lifestyle wise, but not that much higher. So I'm kind of already financially independent at my dream lifestyle. So any additional hour that I put into my work week is an hour that I'm taking away from either my family, my health, or my hobbies. And the financial reward, it's hard to explain, but it's incremental. The value you get from that extra 10K a month or whatever it might be doesn't really move your lifestyle that much. But if it's a significant additional effort that goes into it, it could really affect your lifestyle. And having a kid that's 3 and 1, 2 kids that are 3 and 1, I'm just not willing to do it. So that's one of the things I'm working through with my coach right now, because I have an opportunity on the table right now over the next 10 years, I think, to realistically make an extra $10 million over the next 10 years by working an extra 5-10 hours a week. And I'm wrestling with it, man, because it's like, I already have the lifestyle I want. So why trade more time for money that I don't necessarily need? So it's kind of a little bit of a moving target for me, but man, the freedom that comes from having residual income that supports your lifestyle is the greatest blessing that I think one could have. It just allows you to do whatever you want.